Hello, I am Praneeth and today I will be responding to a communication and collaboration case study about Barbara. Barbara is a supply staff and her experience in school age program has been different. Well, her colleagues did not supply with her any information about the children, and additionally her colleague left her alone in the classroom. So in this video I will be responding to iMessaging, active listening, two additional interpersonal communication skills, and interpersonal communication as a professional responsibility. Let's get started. Hi students, I am your instructor for ECE 113 and today we are going to discuss what is iMessaging. So, what is iMessaging? According to me, I would say iMessaging is a great strategy for sharing our feelings with the other person about how we feel or what we are experiencing without criticizing other person or blaming or attacking the other person. It is a very respectful way of communication. Instead of using you never or you didn't, we can use words like I feel, when, because those words may sound accusatory and the other person may become defensive for their side. So that's why we use iMessaging. This structure of communication focuses more on our experience rather than criticizing other people. So when would I use it? I would use iMessaging when I feel frustrated or confused, or I want to maintain professionalism, I want to resolve some conflicts respectfully, there is a miscommunication, or the expectations for the classroom are unclear. In case of Barbara, she can use this when she feels unsupported from her staff. So now we are going to discuss some advantages of iMessaging. Firstly, I would say it reduces defensiveness. When you talk politely to somebody about your feelings, they don't attack you with their words, instead they listen to you carefully. Secondly, it maintains a professional tone. When at work, when you feel unsupported or overwhelmed and you talk to your colleague in a polite way about how you would expect them to react with you, it sounds very professional instead of just blaming them. Thirdly, it creates accountability. And it also promotes emotional awareness, and it also builds trust. Now we're going to discuss some disadvantages of iMessaging. Firstly, I would say it does not guarantee how the other person will react, if they're going to react positively or not. It does not guarantee that. Secondly, I would say at first it might be uncomfortable for you, like to confront somebody like in a polite way might feel uncomfortable. And lastly, it requires emotional regulation. So I was feeling unprepared and overwhelmed on the first day when I didn't receive any information. I was worried that I would miss something important, and I would really appreciate if you would come with me, set aside some time and review on the children's needs so we can provide them with consistent care.
I don't feel like that you feel that way.
I understand it might be a busy day, but I think we should be on the same page and provide children with consistent and good care. The role play focused on calm tone, professional intent, no blames, and a clear request, and it focused on feelings. Now I'm going to discuss about active listening. What is active listening? Active listening is focusing fully on the speaker, understanding their message, responding thoughtfully, and demonstrating engagement both verbally and non-verbally. It's more than just hearing words. It includes empathy, attention, clarification, and reflection. Active listening may involve behaviors like nodding, using hand gestures, paraphrasing what the other person said, having an open body language, asking clarifying questions, making an eye contact, and etc. Active listening can be used under circumstances like problem solving circumstances. Listening to both the parties carefully can resolve the issues. Secondly, it can be used during team collaborations. Active listening ensures that everyone understands the expectations and responsibilities. It can be also used in misunderstandings or conflicts. And lastly, it can be used in emotional conversations when if a person is telling you about their emotions and feelings, you should hear them actively and try to understand what they are trying to convey, what message they are trying to convey. In Barbara's situation, after using the I message technique for telling her feelings to her colleague, she can use active listening to hear the side of her colleague, and by this, they can resolve the issue. Now, I'm going to discuss some advantages of active listening. Active listening reduces the chances of conflicts, as when people feel that they are heard, they're less likely to become defensive. Secondly, it improves the climate of workplace. When the people are listening you actively, it maintains an inclusive and responsible environment. Thirdly, it reduces misunderstandings. When people hear you actively and they ask some clarifying questions, there is no chance of misunderstandings. Thirdly, it builds trust. Listening actively shows respect, which maintains trust in the colleagues. And lastly, it promotes emotional awareness.
I'm sorry that I didn't know that you were left out that way. Unfortunately, we were short-staffed that day, and we had to I was shifted to the another classroom.
Oh, so you were not there because of the short staff thing? It's okay.
Yeah, it was just very sudden, and we were not I didn't realize that you were left out without any like information.
Oh, okay. So you didn't know that I don't have any information about the children.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, it's okay. I know that it might be a stressful day for you as well, but thanks for sharing that with me. In this demonstration, I showed active listening by making eye contact, using an open body posture, nodding my head for engagement, paraphrasing what she said, asking her clarifying questions, validating her feelings, avoiding any interruptions, and using a calm and respectful tone. These behaviors avoid the defensiveness and helps build trust. In addition to iMessaging and active listening, there are some other interpersonal communication skills for this case study in Barbara's situation, which can be used to maintain and establish a positive professional environment. For this case study, I will use clarification and collaborative problem solving. Skill number 1, clarification. Clarification is asking specific questions but in a respectful tone to maintain mutual understanding and prevent any assumptions. In Barbara's case, there was a clear communication gap with her colleagues. The important information about the children's routines was not provided. So, by using clarification, asking the clarifying questions can prevent anything like this in future, and it will also maintain children's safety. Can we review the daily schedules and individual needs together? I want to make sure I'm doing everything in the correct way.
Yes, I can walk you through the schedule,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can just look over it.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Especially I wanted to know about any allergies or behavior support plans so that I can respond appropriately.
Yeah, that's very important for us to do that, and I'm really glad that you think that way.
Thank you. I used clarification because it prevents misunderstandings, it supports children's health and safety, it promotes responsibility and also shows professionalism. Instead of just guessing or assuming, Barbara directly asks for the information she needs. Well, this builds trust and accountability. Skill number 2, collaborative problem solving. Collaborative problem solving focuses on how the issue can be solved together rather than just assigning the blames. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, Barbara can shift this conversation towards improving communication and moving forward. I think it would help if we have a brief checks in the beginning of our each shift so that we are aware of any updates.
Yeah, that will make things very smooth.
Yeah, and we can have a shared communication book where we can like mention any updates that we are aware about.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
I use collaborative problem solving because it promotes teamwork, it reduces future conflicts, it focuses on the solutions, it also maintains a professional environment, and it focuses on the health and safety of the children. By suggesting ways for communication, Barbara is showing leadership and professionalism instead of frustration. Why these skills are important in Barbara's case. So, in this whole scenario, the main issue was not the neglect but the breakdown in the communication. Using clarification and collaborative problem solving, it helps to transform the issue to a positive partnership. These techniques focus on child safety, professional responsibility, and positive team dynamics. According to the Code of Student Community at Humber, students are expected to demonstrate respectful behavior, integrity, and responsible conflict resolution. The code emphasizes on maintaining a safe and inclusive environment and resolving the conflicts with appropriately and professionally. Example number 1. Addressing conflict with a peer. If I experience miscommunication during a group project, using interpersonal communication would be a good option rather than escalating it. For example, I would use iMessaging and active listening to hear what my colleague wants to say, and I would work on that. This aligns with Humber's expectations and creates a safe environment for each and every student. Example number 2. Raising concern about child safety during placement. If I ever observe a situation that may harm a child's safety or well-being during my placements, I must communicate professionally with my supervisor. Effective communication is best for expressing concerns clearly, responsibly, and respectfully. The code emphasizes acting in ways that prevent harm and supports child safety, which requires clear and respectful conversations. After graduation, I will register to College of Early Childhood Educations and I will be required to follow Code of Ethics and Standards. I will have professional responsibilities to build and maintain positive relationship with the families, children's, colleagues, and community members. Well, this includes communicating ethically, and resolving conflicts professionally and contributing to a collaborative and inclusive environment. Two professional standards that guide my interpersonal communication are standard number 1, caring responsive relationships. This standard requires the educators to build relationships based on trust, collaboration, and respect. This informs my communication by reminding me to listen actively, value others' perspectives, and respond with empathy. In Barbara's scenario, this would be used, and instead of being defensive, Barbara would have gone to her colleague and listened to her carefully, understand her perspective, and prioritized teamwork. Standard number 4, professionalism and leadership. This emphasizes on ethical code of conduct, accountability, and collaboration. This informs my communication by requiring me to address concerns constructively and maintaining professionalism in even in challenging environments and uh, engaging in reflective practices. In Barbara's situation, this would be used by using iMessaging, negotiations, and using a respectful dialogue to uh, resolve the whole misunderstanding responsibly. Together, these two standards are are very important for the effective communication, as these are professional obligations that support positive partnerships. Thank you.